Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I'm your host, Saieed. The #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago is going live on Synergy Network at the moment. So call your friends, call your family, let them know Real Talk with Saieed Ali is going live on Synergy Network. We are also on YouTube and Facebook. Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook and TT Real Talk on YouTube. So viewers, like it, share it. We need you to share our Facebook page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, also our YouTube page, viewers, so others will know about the #1 current affairs program in our country. So viewers, as we start off our program tonight, remember, Real Talk Group is offering you 4% on fixed deposit, viewers. The highest interest rate that is being paid on any fixed deposit in Trinidad and Tobago is at Real Talk. Our numbers will be on screen, viewers. Contact our numbers, set up an appointment. We have our staff who is trained and they are waiting your call from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Remember that, viewers, Saturdays from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Let me tell you something. Nobody ain't beating Real Talk. Nobody ain't beating Saieed when it comes to interest on your hard-earned cash. Remember, you can also be a member of the Real Talk Credit Union Information, viewers. Join our movement. Join our movement, viewers, where you will be getting the highest interest on your hard-earned cash. Go to your bank, call other places, other financial institutions, and inquire about it. And I am giving you the opportunity to inquire about it. And then you will know who has the better rates in Trinidad and Tobago. So, viewers, remember, we also have a $10,000 offer reward on 3 individuals, but not yet. From 7:15 we're gonna touch on that, just to give you a little more update on that. But it's time for our program tonight. Education Minister Dr. Nian Gasby-Dolly have stated that migrant children cannot enter public school until the Immigration Division and the Office of the Attorney General sort out issues with student permit. Now I tell you, listen to this. Gasby-Dolly knew school would have been opening on September, right? And this thing, they could have this thing since the July-August vacation start. They could have released a bulletin. Let me tell you how we so lackadaisical and backward, you know. It's only when school started, Gasby-Dolly talking about school, you know. July-August, they don't want to hear nothing, you know. I'm still waiting to what Gasby-Dolly have to say concerning the 180 projects and $231 million that is being spent. All of a sudden now, over the weekend, school's ready. All of a sudden, over the weekend, school's ready. So $231 million is being spent, and we don't know which school benefited from that. It's sad, Gasby-Dolly. It stinks. It's like a dead rat we smell it from a distance. Hey, 23 is a different year, you know. These are different term, you know. It's the same side, but we are on a different level, you know. We are on a different level. Local election done, not a problem. Now is the time to hold ministers accountable for their actions. Take what telling all you know. Is that a different thing now, you know? Is that a different thing with Saieed now in demands, you know? I tell you, boy, if you job, be careful, all the ministers crashing all over the place, you know. Careful, you know. The last minister wanted to play that loud and up Saieed, he ended up in an accident, and I didn't hear about him for a couple of months, you know. That was Terrence. Anyhow, Gasby-Dolly, she was responding to criticism from migrants and school officials who stated that schools lacked the necessary accommodation for migrant children. You see, even the schools complaining, but Gasby-Dolly want to loud up she mouth now, you know. She have a mouth and she face and she just want to make noise. So the population of Trinidad and Tobago go know, we want to do something, don't want to do. Do something. Lackadaisical. Let me tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago, I have no problem. Come back to me. Stay focused with me. I have no problems with no party, you know. No, me have no problem with no party. But you see when you're in a position, and you're supposed to be held accountable, let me tell you something. Take your wrong, take your right, and do what you had to do. Because people looking up to you, Gatsby Dolly, to make sure the education system in Trinidad and Tobago in the proper place where it's supposed to be for our young generation. So don't feel you go just win a seat and you go up and you go there skin and grin. No side here to loud you up. I don't care whether you like it or not. The UNC not in power, otherwise I would have been doing the very same thing. The very same thing. Meanwhile, in an interview, Angie Ramnarayan, the coordinator of the Laromain Migrant Support Group, claimed nothing was in place. All I hear that? All I hear that, Trinidad and Tobago? Nothing in place. But Gatsby Dolly stating, oh, when school open back, the children could go. The schools complaining they have nothing in place. The leader of the Migrant Support Group said there was nothing in place. Gatsby Dolly who lying? I tell all you smell a dead rat. I tell all you smell a dead rat. It's lies, it's lies, it's lies. Oh, hold on. She working for all you? She working for all you? So I want to see the report that she would lay in the parliament or on a printed press somewhere in Trinidad and Tobago that 50 schools got $231 million. 180 projects. I'm still waiting to see Gatsby Dolly. Let me tell you something. Synergy streaming right around the world, you know. Right around the world. So if all tell all yourself, people in Trinidad are talking all that. Let me tell you something. You see, outside our country, they're labeling ministers. You know why? This is the 6th country with the most set of crime in it on the world list. It's sad. It's stinking sad. But what we going to do? It's not what we going to do now. What the hell the ministers going to do? So that is one story done. Here it is. We move into Stuart Young. Energy Minister Stuart Young is unfazed by the latest claim by Oropuch East MP Dr. Rudal Munilal about a firearm that he recently gave to the TTPS. Let me tell you something. All you ever hear that in Trinidad and Tobago? All you ever hear a minister donate a gun to TTPS? Hey, TTPS suffering for money. Young had to take a gun and donate it to TTPS. But the Prime Minister is saying nothing about it. The Commissioner of Police is saying nothing about it. The Minister of National Security, he and all even saying nothing about it. 3 lame horse. A minister donate a gun to TTPS. TTPS is supposed to be an independent body. But the boys, Stuarty, give a gun. Donate a gun. What was the reason for donating the gun to TTPS? This is now where what? FBI, Homeland Security. How the hell a minister could donate a firearm to the protective service of that country? So the protective service of that country, which is being led by the Commissioner of Police, she can go to the Minister of National Security and ask the Minister of Finance for $10,000 to buy one firearm? And all I want to blame me for what? By talking party? No. It's the kind of nonsense taking place. It's the kind of nonsense. Which part in the world you're hearing that? Why the Prime Minister come out and quote some other country? Why it is that the Minister of National Security come out and quote our next country? At a news conference on Sunday, Munilal displayed a photo of the gun he claimed Young donated, which described as a Saint Edge PDW AR pistol. Listen to this.
Stuart Young, we believe, has in his possession several weapons and firearms and so on, all legal. I want to say nothing illegal in that. In fact, I'm told that he could have his own registry for his arsenal of weapons that he may have in his possession. He took a decision some time ago to return one particular weapon, which we found the pictures of what that weapon would look like. And this is it. It's called an SN Springfield St. Edge 556 pistol. SE8 4500 as a number. This is a weapon. This is the weapon. This is the weapon. Right? This is the weapon. Yeah. He had a weapon like this. He returned it or donated or gifted it to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. This. And I'll give you a next picture. A government minister in this country with this. Gifted return to the TTPS.
Let's see weapon. Say you're bashing. No, we are bashing. We're trying to correct the foolishness that's going on. That's what we're doing. We're trying to get ministers to be held accountable for the nonsense they're doing, the craziness they're doing, and they feel it's okay. Call her good night. Hello. You stick here, gotta click one time. Now, however, in response to the question, Young stated that he followed the legal process both in the acquisition and disposal of the weapon, as it was approved by the Commissioner of Police. Up to now, the Commissioner come out and say nothing, you know, because they know they're going to get labeled for it. So they rather hush them out, put a tail between their leg, and stay quiet. How it is that the Commissioner of Police could accept a firearm from a minister? So if the Commissioner of Police now accept the firearm from the minister, well then the minister could make any kind of contribution to the TDPS and then try to tell the Commissioner now, hey, so because I donated this for you, I want this done. Serious? Come Trinidad and Tobago, all get real. All get real. It's a real world we living in. All here watching no movie on TV, you know. All here watching no movie on TV. Munilal said Young had not been accountable on this matter. Now, he stated that Young was utterly obnoxious when he refused to answer a question from a reporter about the gun on August 25th, where Young stoops as he declined to answer the question. This is a playback.
You good?
I want to ask you a quick question.
What is the question?
Question regarding disposal of the
What is the question?
question regarding disposal of the
No.
How you think Siochon gets so big as minister? Tell me, you think some foreign countries put him as a minister? No, it's the people right here. When they had to have a media release, they're inviting every media house in Trinidad and Tobago. All they come and carry the story live and print it in the press. We want everybody to know. But the same reporters and them who asking questions, all of a sudden their head swell in their their head on the shoulder swell. They're too big. They're too big. Oh, side you're bashing. No, you're clung. I'm trying to make sure they give proper response. I'm trying to make sure they be held accountable. While you telling me side you're bashing, look the kind of thing them doing. Why you tell them about the nonsense they're doing? So what I would like to ask now, how many ministers have hand in TDPS? How come ministers before never donated no weapon? Or no ammunition, or no nothing to TDPS. How come only Stuart Young could donate? Ask that. How come nobody asking that question? How it is the Commissioner of Police could accept a gun from a minister? How come? Munilal threatened to disclose information the UNC had about it. Well, Munilal are waiting. Call me if you want 3391670 side. I have some info for you. And we good to go. Let the public know. Let's say, boy, watchman, there's too much of madness happening in our country. Too much madness. Saieed, you're bashing. Call her good night. Hello? Take your gaddy click one time. A former Minister of National Security is cautioning the public against laying blame at the feet of the Police Commissioner earlier, Hayward Christopher, for the rise in murder, which has raised concern for many law-abiding citizens. Retired Brigadier General Carl Alfonso defended the top cop in an interview with the media, noting that she cannot combat crime on her own. Who she? Nobody asked the 60-year-old to fight crime on her own. Alfonso, no side, neither the public, never tell the Commissioner of Police to go and fight crime on your own. She is the one who said she was successful in her first 100 days in office. When she brought the crime plan to TTPS, it failed. So Alfonso, here we're going. You're retired, calm down yourself. Calm down yourself. Go and catch some fish or some kind of something. Go on a little trip. Don't get between the public and me and the commissioner. Because she's 60 years old. She's old. She's supposed to be home rocking grandchild, or liming with the grandchild, or traveling some country with the grandchildren and the children. Alfonso, how old you is? Oh, I forget, you're retired. So you are good age. Call her good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Mr. Saieed, we are getting water here a whole month now to go to Mr. Nothing, Mr. Saieed.
Which part?
108 Double California. And the MP blocked the number from the phone, the contact blocked the number from the phone. When they come for vote, the election done, they block the number from the phone, Mr. Saieed.
Dow Village, California?
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
Mr. Saieed.
Thank you, my friend. So whoever is in charge for releasing water in Dow Village, would you kindly do that, please? Allah come na man. Allah alone want water? So here it is. Hayward Christopher hosted a news conference last week in which she touted the success of the police service crime fighting strategies. I wonder if Ola embedded any one of those strategies. She also promised to reduce murder by June. Good. In September. But failed to do so. The retired brigadier also commented on whether the state of emergency, which was imposed by opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisesa, would reduce serious crime. Let me tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago, we have seen the difference of two commissioners. Gary Griffith. Gary Griffith had criminals in Trinidad and Tobago shaken. Crime rate was down, down, down. The man said, I have a job to do and I will do it to the best of my ability. And he started working. Crime went down. Crime went down in his 3 years. We all saw it. We all saw it. When the new commissioner take over now, Ola Hayward Christopher, you know what she tell the citizen? All I pray for a spiritual intervention. All I pray for a healing for the land. All I pray for the criminals to change their mind. Gary Griffith do that? No, Griffith didn't do that. You know why? You want to know why? Criminality is what? Committed by who? Human beings. Human beings. So Gary Griffith recognized he's the Commissioner of Police, the leader of the Protective Service for Trinidad and Tobago. His job was to make sure the citizens was at ease. Not like the Minister of National Security. It is not my job. No. Griffith understood his job and started the work. All it cannot be criminal and have the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago running like headless chicken with fear. No, 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 no. My job is to make sure the citizens walk the road without fear. and he started to work. He started to work. What is commissioner doing? She's successful in not bringing a proper crime fighting plan to her colleagues. Way to go. Well done. That is what I call success. That is what you are successful at. Who vex loss, you know. I do really business with them saying, you know. But Trinidad and Tobago is gripping with criminal behavior. So viewers, it's that time where I say it's $10,000 for any individual who bring this guy and this car. Toyota Aqua PA 578. It was formerly owned by Vinu Dipchan. Vinu refused to pay, refused to bring his car. Once at a Nancy story, so I offer $10,000 to the public now. Public car. Offering $10,000 for the public now, for anybody bring the car. Anybody, it could be police, it could be bailiff, it could be who. 10,000 as long as you can my compound, I pay no later. Oh, side, you know that against the law. When they come by me and borrow my money and they pay me, that wasn't against the law. That wasn't against the law. When they running and ducking from side, they was doing a good thing. No, I give them a chance. Now they go pay for it. Also, Narissa Mohammed. Narissa darling, let me tell you something. All they want to duck and hide, now all they ducking and hiding. Now all they ducking and hiding. What do you call? Toyota Corolla. PDZ 8917. PDZ 8917. A red Toyota Corolla. $10,000 to anybody who bring the car for me. No, again, stick with them. Let me tell you something. Police can't intervene here, you know. Come back to me. I learned one time, I have not my police intervening here, you know. No, these people owe me money and I am offering a reward for the car. Case closed, talk done. Case closed, talk done. They should have realized what they're doing. They should have realized they're running and hiding and ducking. TTPS is offer money for information leading to the arrest. Correct, citizen? Good. Crime Stoppers will pay a price for information leading to the arrest of people. Correct? Nice. Sign off I or find $10,000 for the car. And Raquel is the next one. Raquel, meet your business, what position you're in. Meet your business, what job you're doing. When I your own colleague, should I take the car and bring it for me? Bobby X-Trail. PCM 4982. 10,000. 9482, my mistake. PCM 9482. Once the car is in Realtalk Group of Company building, you get in your 10,000. You see, I paid for something I want. And I paid for something that I have documents for. Those vehicles were seized by me. The owners of these vehicles want to play their running and ducking and hiding and refuse to bring it. You see, none of them did know side would I go this distance. They didn't know. I'm a licensed money lender, you know. When they borrow from me, it's a legal document you're signing, you know. It's a legal document, you know. Me, I'm going to court to waste time for 10 years and 20 years with a case, you know. No. No, be a wasting time. Court is not my thing. That is not my thing. And to be honest with you, me even doing that to end up in court. I'm telling you. No magistrate can stop me because I'm within my rights. No lawyer can send me no letters because I'm within my rights. And no police can step in and say, Said, you can't do that. I go say, here what's going on. $10,000 for you if you bring the car for me. You know what I'm go glad and have it? The waiting getting hard. The waiting getting hard. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break. But when I come back, we go just touch on the ex-police brigadier before we go to a new story after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Realtor Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, we are offering 4% on fixed deposit, viewers. Remember that, remember that, remember that. The highest interest rate being paid in Trinidad and Tobago. Call a good night.
And to all your listeners, this is the imitation vaccine vagrant. Let me talk to you about Erla and
Sweet
how
and
the
short.
brigadier says she's not responsible. I think something is wrong with that brigadier. We, as taxpayers, is paying Erla eat her food money. She is there to prevent and do the necessary corrective action when crime takes place. She is in an organization that must protect us. The organization is the TTPS. And I believe she, while she is not holding the weapon to commit crime, she is facilitating an environment for crime. Why I'm saying that? I'm going to give you some points that, from my vantage, will show that she is doing that. For example, we as citizens want to find out what happened with the Brent Thomas issue. We ain't nothing with that. We have seen a lot of home invasion. We've seen activists, political activists, saying all kind of things, jump the wall and things. The police saying, bringing them to question them. Recently, 2 days ago, you see two instances where people, they say in an imitation police committing crime. Have you heard from earlier about these invasions, these crimes committed by people who appear to be policemen? They're saying they're not policemen, but they're not holding them. So how can you say they're not policemen and not holding them? The other issue, the TTPS is a stepping stone for policemen to get political appointments. So she is in a organization that is functional and she's not doing nothing. Two case in point. You remember a lady by the name of Smith? She became Sandy Grande parliamentarian. You remember the policeman and the group of policemen who committed the heinous act of a day of policing? You remember that? Remember it had a fellow who was in charge of the police association. You know where he is now? He now on a PNM appointed board as the chairman of the TTPS. So the police service that she is in charge of, as I said, facilitating crime, are going to have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, head of two business group, run that video now. Head of two business group has stated that Police Commissioner Earl Haywood Christopher boasted that the country's current murder rate is the same as last year, has not inspired confidence. Now, viewers, look at that on television there. Look at that. I want you to look at that. This happened on the 30th, a few days ago. Bandits drove in the yard, climbed to the side, jumped in. God alone knows what took place inside the house. God alone knows what took place inside that house. Get back to yesterday video. Now, when bandits enter into your house like that, what do you think this happened? When bandits enter your house like that, what do you think this happened? Pull back to yesterday video. So while they're looking for something from her, listen to this. Curtis William, president of the Tobago Chambers of Commerce, said, his member said, Haywood Christopher's statement inspired no confidence at all, as he believed that nobody really feels safe in Trinidad and Tobago. So, here's what to do. You're running back the video that you just run. I want to let you understand something in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at this, eh? Look at this video. You're talking about crime? What's something? Bandits pull up, they jump out, run upstairs, get in a man's house. What to expect inside that house? Take a look at this next video. What to expect when a bandit comes into your house? Things like this. Things like this. But Alfonso Ballin, we can't blame the commissioner. If the head not given the tail direction, how the tail go function? The tail gonna swing all how. But you know what I want to comment tonight? And Earl better keep she mouth zip, because she really bring nothing to the table. People go feel ice crime, watch now. I'm telling you. People go feel we crime, but we're not crime watch, you know. I bring in you saying in a different way, you know. I want to let you understand that. So when bandit enter into your property, you also a bandit entering into a property that they're not supposed to. Empty the clip. What Kamala say? That should have been my house. One by one, there was falling. One by one, there was falling. All I feel is joke. But don't come around me, you know. I telling all you, you know. I telling all you. So, Alfonso saying that we shouldn't blame the Commissioner of Police. The Commissioner of Police in the first 100 days, all the plans she bring forward had failed. But she's successful. She's successful. So we have the Prime Minister now on the other side now saying he's seen a light at the end of the tunnel. What light he seen? I wonder what God showing here a light and that God coming to the end of the tunnel? Or somebody reflecting a torchlight? Eh? Get real Trinidad and Tobago. Or look could be the next victim of a house breaking. Or look could be the next victim of your daughter and your wife raped. Or look could be the next victim of an ambush anyway. Or look could be the next victim of all a loss all a vehicle on the roadside. In all their property also. All are going to work and they take it from all at gunpoint. What Alfonso saying? We can't blame the commissioner. Let me tell you something. The former commissioner had Gary Griffith. Did Trinidad blame him? No. Trinidad praised him. Why? Why? Tell me why. Somebody tell me why. Call her good night.
Good night, Mr. Said.
Tell me why they praise the former commissioner of police.
Mr. Said, from day one, callers to your program have been saying expect nothing good from this lady. And today, it is more convincing than anything else in this country. And I myself am so convinced that the police service apparently encouraging crime in this country. Because when you look and see the government, I am convinced also that the government, what was said several months ago by international authorities that state officials in this country is supporting and funding crime. I am more convinced today than ever after I see what you showed last night, what they did to that old citizen. They want to strangle and kill that old citizen. Mr. Saieed, I don't know. I'm still getting a headache, recovering from a headache from that. So now I want to ask Rowley, Hines, Camille, and Erla, who committed that crime against that, only that one. Over the weekend had about 50 home invasions. But that one you highlighted last night in particular, who committed the crime? So should we say it's a Chinese? Should we say it's a Syrian? Should we say it's an American? Who should we say committed the crime against an Indian? The evidence is there. Evidence is there. So when you're talking about it, it's race. Anyway, Mr. Saieed, that fella they call Batson, SRP Sergeant Bully Batson, who bullied you and bullying the citizen in this country, and who do not know the difference between a minor road, a major road, and a street, and a left turn and a right turn. I want to ask him some question tonight. He's not an upright fellow, Mr. Saieed, and I want the citizen in this country to listen to what I'm saying, Mr. Saieed, and for bullying you and other citizens in this country. I want you all to listen to that. Mr. SRP Bully, are you connected to all those radars that you bought, the speed radars that you brought into a company you connected to, right?
Caller, we're running out of time. I understand what they're saying.
Right.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Saieed, good night.
Thank you so much. Now, viewers, in her address on Thursday, the COP boasted of a 10% decrease in murder over the past few months. These are playback.
Serious crimes have been reduced by 11% in 2023. Shootings and woundings have been reduced by, as of yesterday, 67%. Illegal firearms seizure has increased by 8%. I am extremely pleased to report, however, that despite the apprehension, the TTPS has been making substantial progress in its crime-fighting initiatives. As at the beginning of August, we have seen some significant results. And I can say from now, the comparative homicide rate has reduced from an increase of 10%. We are now at an increase of 0 over the corresponding period.
Well, let's think about that. What you all think about that? Stop looking at rating. Stop looking about 50 dead last night and 50 dead last year and 20 dead this year. Stop looking. The 20 shouldn't even be killed. 20 shouldn't even be killed in the first place. So here the Prime Minister. Rowley added that our children deserve no less and our citizens are dependent on the police service. Listen to this.
It is good news to hear that at least on this occasion we can mention that we are seeing some light at the end of the tunnel against the criminal element. If the efforts are sustained, if the new methods are utilized, and if we genuinely believe that we have the integrity to confront the criminal element, at the end of the day, the people of Trinidad and Tobago will prevail, and this period of challenge will be a period to be looked back upon when we would say there were times when we were challenged, but indeed we did succeed. Our children deserve no less, and our citizens are depending on the police service.
So I want to hear something breaking in Trinidad and Tobago now. I tell you what, man. Birdies is whistling. Toodly doodly 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 doo doo doo. I don't know how side is getting for. I connected to the spirit world, you know. I'm proud to say that. Opposition Leader of Parliament, Dr. Rudal Munilal, have stated that the light at the end of the tunnel that the Prime Minister, Dr. Kid Rowley, said the country is seen concerning the crime situation is that of a train. Munilal described the remarks from both Rowley and Haywood Christopher as frightening and accused them of being out of touch with reality. How many housebreaking taking place? Let me tell you something. The killing in Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security, the Commissioner of Police, they understand it's gang related. We have an anti-gang unit in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. Are you aware of that? How many, since Forrest days, Forrest talking about how many gangs have in Trinidad and Tobago, how many members of gangs in Trinidad and Tobago, and where the gangs located. Cool, that's in Forrest tenure. This new age. Armour come on the scene now. Armour saying, together with Fitzgerald Hines, how many gang it have, how many members the gang has, and where the gang located. And nobody can shut down the damn blasted gangs. Is the sad bloody hell part about it? You have all the information, you have all the intelligence, but you can't do one damn thing about it. So why the hell are you in office again? All you can tell me? Why the hell are you in office? You know why? To live off the position. To have the comfort of the position. To make the money in the position. To travel because of the position. To get tax exemption because of the position. You know why? It is well paid. It is well paid. Munilal, he said, the country crime situation is at a crisis, and both Prime Minister and Commissioner of Police, Earl Christopher, are deluded if they think the situation is improving. The Prime Minister added that citizens are living in a state of fear because of the increase in the level of crime, where the PM says he is happy that they are getting it under control. The Minister of National Security has surpassed all failure standard, isn't it?
Even a morning like Sunday morning, people go to the supermarket. They go to the market, Tanapuna, San Fernando, Debe, Port of Spain, wherever, Scarborough. They go to the market and they're in a state of fear. Will you get home safely today? Will I get home safe? When you wake up in the morning, the father of a home, the mother, the head of the household, wakes up in the morning saying, thank you God that last night there was no home invasion in my house, that my wife was not raped, my daughter was not raped. That is how people get up in the morning, thankful that their house was not invaded. And the Prime Minister say, I'm happy, crime appears to be getting it under control. The Commissioner, all is well. We are at the same point last year, which was the record-breaking murder year. That is the nature of the problem we face. And while this is happening, ladies and gentlemen, the Minister of National Security is not to be seen or heard of. The Minister of National Security in this country has surpassed all failure standards.
Now Trinidad and Tobago. Munilal noted that senior police officers are saying in some instances they cannot talk to informants because the SSA is tapping their phones. He called on the Commissioner of Police to say if senior police officers are being spied upon by the spy agency appointed by the cabinet. Let's listen to this.
Do you know today the SSA is spying on senior police officers? Bugging their phone, listening to their conversation, looking at the map of their calls. Senior police officers in Trinidad and Tobago are being spied upon by the spy agency of civilians. There are serious implications for that, apart from breaking the law. Today, senior police officers are telling in certain quarters that they cannot speak to the confidential informants because the SSA is tapping their phone. That has serious repercussions to the conduct of police work. And today I call upon the minister, well, he's sleeping away. Who could I call upon now? I call upon the commissioner of police, really, to tell us whether or not senior police officers are themselves being spied upon by the spy agency, the SSS, which has been appointed, all of them appointed by the cabinet and the government and the Minister of National Security. And why are they spying on police officers? That is a crisis. You want to solve crime, but you're taking senior officers and spying on them?
Doodly 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 doo doo doo. All I feel is joke. All I feel is joking thing I just bring to all you. I just bring the reality of we facing on a day-to-day basis in Trinidad and Tobago. Call a good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead. Short and sweet, my friend.
Saeed, concerning this ex-national security minister, right, any comments he making, right? I understand what the man trying to say, Saeed, but who get any big salary to be the commissioner of police?
Mm-hmm.
Who get any big salary to be the national security minister? Them have to take the blows to that. Them have to take the blows to that. Who again going to take the blows to that? I know the one getting all the perks. If she knows she couldn't handle the work, why she take the position for?
Correct.
I thought McDonald Jacob was bad on her side. It was when she thought he was the worst. But I guess that worse rather than the outside here.
The worstest?
Yeah, that is what's going on here. Now, she making comments. I just want to touch on something quicker. She making comments of people making negative statements against the TTPS, right? But when Keith Rowley pulled back the merit list and handpicked his special commissioner of police, the whole TTPS wasn't looking bad then.
No, it looking good for Ola.
Right, it was looking nice, it was looking good, it was looking sweet, it was looking anti-corrupt that time, man. It was looking good. But when it is, Keith Rowley went quite on the merit list and pulled she from under the merit list, or in the back of the page she come out from, right, and put she as the commissioner, swear she as the commissioner. That was looking good. So all these senior police officers that went up for the commissioner post that get bypassed, you think any of them want to hear anything about she and this and that? People have no respect for she, boy. You understand what I'm saying?
Thank you, my friend.
People give she.
Thank you, my friends. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break. But before we go for the break, you know, I like to highlight my people and them. I like my people who like to duck. But all the duck they're ducking, listen, they had to really duck now. Because I offer $10,000 for this car. I offer $10,000 for the car, you know? Now you have to duck. This is the car. Same thing with Narissa. Narissa wanted to play she hiding and ducking. No, Narissa had to duck. $10,000 for the reward of this car. Real talk pain. Real talk pain. I'm a licensed money lender. Take money from me. I don't find a reward for the car. And I'm going to tell you something in Trinidad and Tobago. Same thing with Raquel. Raquel wanted to play she hiding and ducking. Lay a job secure you. I go let you know, your job is your job, my job is my job. You borrow money from me and you fail to pay me my money. So I paying $10,000 for the 3 vehicles. 10,000 by 10,000 by 10,000. According to the document of those vehicles repossessed, all I want to duck and hide and run. Let me tell you something. With that offer, now all I have to duck and hide. Take what I tell you, duck and hide. Duck and hide. All I like to eat duck and nothing. They like to eat duck and hide. All I like to eat duck and hide. No problem, eat it. Let me see how much I'll duck in now. And I will, watch me, I will continue doing this on that until those vehicle in my property. Anybody, you know, it could be police, it could be bailiff. Bring it. On my end, all my document legitimate. Every single document. We'll be right back after this.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Realtor Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Grooney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
So Trinidad and Tobago, welcome back to Real Talk. We just have a few minutes on air. Let me tell you something. I just do things different, you know. You know why we have the name Real Talk? It's because we bring the real issue to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So while we bring the real issue to you now, I want you to listen to this, what the Prime Minister said. Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali have stated that the emergency of the treaty printed firearm in Trinidad and Tobago pose a new of police. This after treaty print high-powered rifle known as Ghost Gun last week. However, Rowley said the discovery of these guns was one among many challenges the TTPS always had to face in one form or another. He stated that we are living in challenging times, but it always was. Listen to the PM.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in challenging times. Being a parent is challenging, but it always was. Finding a job is challenging, but it always was. Serving your country is challenging, and it always was. But at this time, there are special challenges that require special responses. And as chairman of the National Security Council, I want to give all you ladies and gentlemen who have spent your lives in securing Trinidad and Tobago, supported by your families, putting your lives on the line night and day, every day. I want to give you the assurance that you have the full support of the government and people of Trinidad and Tobago.
The PM noted that on many occasions, firearm coming to the country as it is not made here. And therefore, we should be concerned about the point of entry. Are you telling us, the citizen, that? Who is the Minister of National Security? Instead of telling us, the citizens, that go and have a correspondent meeting with the Minister of National Security. Not us, the citizen. We don't have money to put camera in your house, but the Finance Ministry have money to finance patrols. He said the people in our country are becoming innovative to manufacturing firearm in TNT, which is a new challenge, but a dangerous one. Listen to this.
As Prime Minister, I have said on many occasions that firearms come into our country. We don't make them here, and therefore we should be concerned about the points of entry. That changed last week, or is it this week, when we discover that people in our country are innovative enough to be using the modern technology to generate the manufacture of firearms in Trinidad and Tobago. That's just a new challenge, a very, very insidious one, and a very, very dangerous one.
So Trinidad and Tobago, only the last week the Prime Minister found out we manufacture a gun, right? Okay, good. He is the head of the security for the Council for Trinidad and Tobago. How long we hear people talking about TTPS, especially talking about pipe gun in marijuana field? How many years? Or let's say something. I hear nobody say nothing. How many years TTPS officers who go on raid on marijuana bus in forested areas talk about bouncing a pipe gun in fields? How many years, Prime Minister? I waited to hear your response. I have always heard about pipe gun being set in hunting season to protect marijuana field. I have heard that all my life growing up, but it's only last week the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago knew about that. Only last week, about we Trinis manufacturing gun. Let's say something now. Let's say something now. Oh, Saieed, you're bashing. Hush your mouth. Your Prime Minister now know about pipe gun. While your grandchildren know about pipe gun at the age of 6 and 7 and 8, the Prime Minister, who's how much? 70 years? Now know about it last week. So don't be an idiot. What you should do is try and rock back and listen from Real Talk what's taking place in your country. Don't be a deaf ear and a blind individual to what's taking place. Because when bandits enter into your door, let me tell you something, all the function in your body go start working. I'm telling you. A magistrate in Rio Claro said, my wife and daughter could have been raped. I could have been murdered. A magistrate. I want to know why I like this. Why I like this? Because I could damn well do something about it. Hence the reason why I like this. Let me tell you something. It have a new legislation I'm working on. Now, let us see something now, man. Oh, let us see something. So to finish up this story, he added that crime fighting is not for the faint at heart and was conceived that the fight against crime will be won. Let's listen to this video.
So as we embark, whether at the Cabinet, at the National Security Council, or at police headquarters, in responding to those who make decisions to participate willingly or otherwise in criminal conduct, we have to understand that crime fighting is a vocation and it is not for the faint-hearted. I am convinced that the people behind me here today and the officers who speak for this administration believe that the fight against criminals will be won and that it is a cause of public service that is worthy of the effort that you have put in with your life's work.
So viewers, we are out of time for tonight. Our rerun of this program is tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. and we're going to discuss this matter on another night. Until, good night.